Hi there, my darling Cancerians. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of September the 22nd. So, my darling Cancerians, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the wisdom of the oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here and then finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Cancerians, what messages does Cancer need to know for this week of the 22nd of September? There sure has been some powerful energies around. I mean, we've just been through this second eclipse in Virgo, and those energies will last for a good 6 months. Yeah, all that glitters. So this all that glitters card it's a card of, all that glitters isn't gold, my darling Cancerians. So you're being encouraged here to, just be wary that if something sounds too good to be true, it possibly could be. My darling Cancerians, just to be aware that, that, something may look good on the surface, but, there may be more to it than that, if that makes sense. Because I'm drawn to, you can see the masks here, what is being masked here, and then there's this other face that's here. So just be wary is all I feel here. So we'll have to get some, more clarity to find out what else is happening here. But let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Cancerians. What does, oops, I don't feel I should take it. What does Cancer need to know? The Lovers. Now see, that flew out, but then I put it back because I didn't feel it was right. But when the universe says it's got to come out, it's got to come out. 7 of Swords. Yeah, there's all that glitters, I feel. And the Knight of Swords. Yeah. Something's happening, my darling Cancerians. I mean, I don't often read the 7 of Swords as lying, cheating, stealing, but in this instance, when I pulled that out, I felt, yeah, something's what I feel. And look, I'm got messages coming into my head, so I'm going to just say it. But I feel that you may not be getting told everything. That's kind of, or someone's keeping something for you. They feel that it's their own, for your own good. But anyway, that's exactly what popped into my head when I pulled that card, and with that all that glitters card. So yeah, anyway, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together. So we've got the Lovers here, and as I said, that Lovers card was what flew out. So I mean, if you don't go back and have a look at me shuffling, you'll see it. And I don't often take, well, I very rarely do I take pop-outs, which is why I put it back. But when the universe wants a card out, the universe wants a card out, and that's what's happened. So the Lovers. So this is Gemini energy. So if you have Gemini in your chart, I would encourage you to go and watch the Gemini reading, because the Gemini reading was very powerful from what I remember. A lot of change going on there for the Geminis. So yeah, definitely watch the Gemini reading if you have Gemini in your chart. This could also be a Gemini in your life, my darling Cancerians. So the Lovers card is all about, it can be love, but it's usually more to do with a choice or a decision to make in a relationship. So whether that's a love relationship, it could be a friendship, a partnership, a work relationship. It could be a colleague, it could be a boss, friend, family member. Take it how it resonates. But what I feel here is that there's some choice or a decision or crossroads that you've come to with this person. I do feel it's a person here that is showing up. So I feel that you have a decision to make because you feel, and I think you feel that not everything is being told to you, my darling Cancerians. And with that all that glitters card and the 7 of Swords, I feel you're right. I think that your instinct, your intuition here is 100% spot on. I feel that you're not being told everything, my darling Cancerians, and yeah, it doesn't sit well with you. It doesn't sit well with me. I feel kind of tense during this reading. So yeah, it's not making me feel great. I'm sorry, my darling Cancerians. Because then you've got the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, they can say is lying, cheating, stealing. And very rarely do I read it as lying, cheating, stealing because, to me, I'm not a doomsday reader. So I try to see the positive in, all the readings. But if I feel that there is a problem, then I have to say it because I read intuitively. So what I feel off this is that you're not being told everything. That's what's popping into my head. Normally I would read the Seven of Swords as, changing tactics here, because you can see he's stealing these swords from this army in the background, which means he is changing the way he fights, which is a change of tactics. But he's also doing it sneakily. So I feel that is more what's standing out to me in this reading is, sneakiness here or something hidden from you, my darling Sagittarians, my darling Cancerians. So please be careful is all I'm saying. I just feel that I feel that you feel it too, that you'll feel that you're not being told everything. So I feel this is a confirmation for you, my darling Cancerians, that you're not being told everything. And then you've got the Knight of Swords here. So the Knight of Swords in the tarot is, he's the only knight. He's like one of the knights in the tarot that is like flying on his horse. It's not depicted in this, it's not shown in this depiction of the Knight of Swords, but, in the traditional Knight of Swords, he is like running like a bat out of hell. His horse is stressed. And I feel the energy of stress here off the Knight of Swords for you, my darling Cancerian. So, take that how it resonates. But yeah, I feel that you're stressed by this situation, if that makes sense, because you feel and you know that you're not being told everything. And, depending on what relationship that is there with the lovers will depend on the intensity of that stress feeling. Like I feel stressed off this reading, or like it's maybe not stressed, but it just doesn't sit well with me. And yeah, I don't love it for you, my darling Cancerians. So if I can say anything to you, it would be, just check everything. Double check details, double check. If someone's trying to sell you something, double check that it's legit. Do your due diligence is the word that popped into my head, my darling Cancerians. So yeah, that's kind of the message I'm getting off this Knight of Swords, off the whole reading, really. So if I'm going to put it all together, I probably already have, but I feel that you're just being warned here to realize that, if something's too good to be true, it probably is. But more so, I feel that, there's something between you and someone else. It's come up because you feel that you're not being told everything, or that they're not being forthright with you, my darling, or 100% honest with you, my darling Cancerians. And I feel you're right here, because I don't like the feeling I'm getting with this. So if I can tell you anything, it's just to make sure that you check everything. Do your due diligence, check everything, be aware, is what I say to you, my darling Cancerians, which, I don't, very rarely, like I said, I'm not a doomsday reader. I don't read negatively, but I feel this message has come to you for a reason. It's come to you so you can be aware, my darling Cancerians. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. Let me know in the comments. You know, my darling Cancerians, I feel that you already know, you have a feeling about this already. So put it in the comments. Let me know if you have this feeling. And, maybe we can talk about it. If you feel that you want to have a chat about it, happy to talk to you about it. All right, let's get final messages for you. I love to say that the situation will improve. That I love to see. I'm happy about that because abundance is on its way, my darling Cancerians. So I feel happy ending here, which is great. Yeah, and here's the romance card. So that's the lovers, basically, and that's the universe saying I meant what I said. So yeah, I feel there is definitely, it's definitely something to do with a close relationship. Within the next few months, they say, yeah, you got a yes. I feel this will resolve, my darling Cancerians. I don't feel that it won't, because I feel that you know about it. I feel that you're aware. So yeah, I feel that, you're going to be on top of this. Everything's going to work out. No one, is going to have the wool pulled over their eyes. And I honestly don't think it's intentional. So, if that gives you any comfort here, I don't think it's intentional, but I feel that it's not going to, resolve unless you bring it up and call it out, my darling Cancerians. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.